Hello, my name is Ginny Marshall, and I'm the CEO of DSI Work Solutions. And I'm pleased to welcome you to this next series in our newsletter articles and videos on job function-based testing. In this next two sessions, we're going to be focusing on the opportunities that are a part of offering job function-based testing services. So first, let's make sure we define what that term means so that it applies practically to what we're discussing as we review these 6 opportunities. So it's important to keep in mind that a job function-based test is a unique test. It is unique to the functions and the physical demands that are associated with a job or a group of jobs. It is recognizable to employees as being job-related and consistent with the type of work that they are performing on a routine basis. This is important because if there are any questions about the relationship between the test and the job in legal terms, it is the employee that is recognized as the content expert of the job or jobs that they perform. So with that definition in mind, let's take a look at the first 3 opportunities that are related to providing and to receiving job function-based testing services. In this first 3, we're going to focus on the opportunities that are related to injury prevention. The 3 that we're going to discuss are post-offer of employment testing, annual testing, and job transfer testing. So let's start with post-offer of employment testing. So the purpose then of post-offer of employment testing is to support the right fit between an individual and the job or the group of jobs that they will be performing once hired and placed. It is important that these tests be consistently applied in order to meet legal compliance. And we're going to talk more about legal compliance as we get into a later session. When it comes to post-offer of employment testing, it's important to remember, both on the employer side and the provider side, that a lot has been invested in getting a potential employee to this point. All of the interviewing and all of the selection procedures have taken place, and the individual has been selected for the job so long as they pass any medical or functional testing requirements. So at this point, what we want to be doing is testing accurately and also testing in a way that fosters identifying an individual's full and safe workability up to the point that it's required for the job. When we look at what's happening today in hiring, and it can change with the blink of an eye, we are in an environment where there are not enough employees to fill the jobs that are open in many areas of the country. Because of this situation, many employers are reluctant to do testing that would separate an individual who's willing to work from taking the job that needs to be filled. So as we look at the opportunity of using function-based testing post-offer in today's environment, several things can be considered. Remember, this test, if properly designed and properly validated, will be strong enough to actually rescind an offer of employment if that is the policy of the employer. However, that doesn't need to be the policy of the employer. It could be that an employer uses the test in order to help onboard and assure the success of an individual that they've hired. This test, therefore, presents an opportunity for training, conditioning, or ramping an individual up in order to help them meet the physical demand requirements of the job. Those of us who have done testing for a period of time can assure you that the majority of people who fail job function-related testing do so primarily because they are not conditioned for the job. They haven't acquired the strength or the overall conditioning level that the job requires. And most of us know that this can be developed. Therefore, an employer could choose to use testing in that manner in order to condition up individuals for the job. They still have an opportunity within a probationary period to make a decision as to whether the individual is able to perform the job in terms of a performance issue during that probationary period. But again, many of us who have done job function testing over the years recognize that within a 60 to 90-day window, where there are targeted goals related to helping an individual become conditioned for the job, the majority, by far, achieve that ability. So let's take a look at the second opportunity, which is annual testing. Annual testing is an area of controversy for some, but again, depending on how it's used, it can be very legally compliant and a great help to both employer and employees, especially if the testing is not used in any way to be punishing. In other words, it's not going to be used to separate individuals from their jobs, which could have significant legal questions, but instead is used as a litmus test to find out, how are people performing? Are there areas where they could use support in order to perform safer or more efficiently? This is intended to promote fitness for duty over the course of an employee's tenure with the employer. The opportunity with annual testing is to flush out any potential issues that employees may be having early, before they become any type of significant problem, and also to reinforce proper procedures and techniques that help assure that employees are operating safely and efficiently. Another reason for annual testing is to remind and assure employees that their well-being matters and that the employer is taking care to make sure that things are going well for them and for others who are doing jobs similar to theirs. A third opportunity in the area of injury prevention is what's called job transfer testing. In many industries, employees can choose to transfer between different jobs. And of course, these transfers can bring with them quite a change in the physical nature of the work that the individual will be performing. In key identified jobs, making sure that the employee is a good fit in terms of physical skills can be very beneficial. And again, much like the post-offer of employment test situation, an offer could be rescinded or the information used to help the individual achieve the physical abilities necessary for their new position. Consistency is important here. If it is the policy for a particular job that testing be done, that needs to happen with every employee who potentially would transfer to that position. So this concludes our look at opportunities for job function-based testing, as it in particular pertains to injury prevention. In our next video, we're going to look at 3 more opportunities that are more in tune with return to work or disability management situations. I would like to invite you to visit our website if you would like to learn more about the educational offerings we have for you at DSI Work Solutions. You can even try the first lesson in any of our courses without any obligation. We look forward to you joining us at the next session, and until then, stay safe.